It's time for smart speakers. This is a new era in smart speakers, I might add. After this weekend, there are some things that have changed our lives forever. And that's the cool part about it, is being able to re-meet people. Let me tell you a story about my smart speaker friends. I've always respected them. My reason why they're here is because I think they're smart, and I think that they're fun, and I think they're playful, and intelligent enough to be able to bring conversation in a way that benefits everybody always. That's why I think they're smart speakers. Now, smart speakers was an old name from an old show. It wasn't even my show, but they said, you want to keep anything, you can keep it. I said, I want to keep smart speakers, and here's why. These two people. But then you get to meet them again in person for the first time. Now, I've met Jamie Ellerton in person. We've been able to share coffee, but Lindsay Broadhead, I hadn't. But we got to all three of us hang out together. Probably about 6 months ago or so. We said, let's go to a Blue Jays game. And we did. Turned out to be like the best Blue Jays game of all time. These two people, you get to reintroduce yourself to them tonight too. I gotta tell you why. These two people could not be more distinctly different and yet the same at the same time. And I say that because they might not realize it. I like to listen carefully. And Jamie and Lindsay both told stories about when they were young and how amazed they were today at where they're at. Both of these people have completely independently built their lives all by themselves. They didn't wait. They just got started and they did it for their own reasons. And so I salute both of these two people because now, after being face to face and spending an afternoon together, I know what they've done. And boy, oh boy, you think you respect somebody. It is next level. So Jamie, as you shared, with being a small town kid from Sudbury and what you've created in your career and as a business owner and all of it. Yeah, I see you and I hear it. And Lindsay, what you've created on your own in your world, in your home, is outstanding. I admire you both. There is no way I could do what either of you have done. And I just want you to know that after this weekend and going to a ball game, I see you in a whole new light, and it's awesome. So thank you for being here.
Wow. I think we have about 15 minutes left in this segment with a commercial break. So Shane, don't stop. Keep going, my friend.
Keep giving it to me. Yeah, we went to the best Blue Jays game.
I'm tearing up, so if you can just keep talking so I can comport myself, that would be
get
lovely.
You a Caesar. I know that works. I learned that this weekend. We went to the best Blue Jays game ever, I think, with the finish on Saturday against Baltimore. It was awesome, Jamie. One of the things that I took away from that is the conversation about, do you consider yourself successful? And what does successful mean to you? So I'll start that question with you. Based on our recent week, what does successful mean to you?
Yeah, I've never been one to have like a 5 or a 10-year plan and kind of constantly just striving for something more, though I'm also, in some sense, never totally satisfied. And I think that's part of what keeps me hungry. And it's not just, say, financial success, but also like a kind of an insatiable curiosity where I'm always trying to learn, better understand. And I think as I've aged, I have more empathy and patience than perhaps I did in my 20s. And so when I look at sometimes just take a step back, and especially those frustrating days, and look at where I'm at, I went to 2 Blue Jays games last week, one with my mother and mother-in-law who were visiting, my husband and I, and one with you guys. And both of them were walk-off wins, which for people who don't know what that means, who don't watch baseball, a walk-off win is when the home team wins in the bottom of the ninth. After the play that wins the game, they walk it off. That's what the saying means. You can imagine in a baseball context, it's super high drama, high stakes, and it's like the best baseball games. And I got to do that twice last week. And as a kid who grew up in Northern Ontario and proud of where I came from, but definitely happy here in Toronto. It's now where I've lived the longest of my life and the city's home. And if I was to think of like what a 12-year-old me would have thought growing up in Sudbury, that was the week I had last week, that 12-year-old kid would have thought this is pretty cool. And so I try to take my ambition and my curiosity and my drive for more and level it with recognizing where I am today and try and find Moments in the day-to-day that just actually give me some joy, and so that it's not always chasing, and actually take a moment to smell the flowers and let serendipity do its thing.
Lindsay, before we went to the break, when I was saying that we get to re-meet you for the first time, successful is accomplishing an aim or a purpose. And we use it as this defining factor in our life. I want to be successful, but we actually don't know what it means. And yet, so it's like we're living this false narrative that we don't even know what we're chasing. What does successful mean to you?
Oh, first of all, you're the best. You guys are just truly, I challenge, like, it's neat talking to Canada in that way, because there's people right now in their car or their couch, or they're, having dinner, or whatever they're doing. And I think especially if you're a certain age, if you're over like a university age, or an age where you're purpose built with a social community right around you, it's really hard to make friends sometimes. Like, you meet acquaintances all the time, but to be able to go to that lower level, not lower level, deeper level, it's hard. And it's hard for any number of different reasons. From the moment I met you guys virtually, I've said this, I think, to you both individually, but like, it's just odd how you click with humans. And it has something to do with seeing your integrity and you being truthful, and the fact that both of you aren't placating to anything surface. And I really, enjoy that. And the only way it happens is if you throw yourself out there and put yourself in weird circumstances. Doing radio is one of them. Mm-hmm. But success, it is like that, right? I know that I cannot succeed alone. And I think in the different facets of my life, if I were to weave that red thread, whether it's a work team or my family team or my friend team, I'm better when they are lifted up, right? And I think that's how it goes. And Lord knows I want to slam people down sometimes. I'm not some angel. I get that. But I really do purposely try to lift folks up where I can. And I see when other people lift me up, and it feels very lovely.
It's cool. For everyone who's with us listening, I hope you just heard that. You can hear the family community in one, and you can hear history and growth in the other. Like, it's so great. You guys are so awesome. This is why I love this conversation. Your favorite takeaway, Lindsay, from our baseball date? What was your favorite moment of all of it?
Well, first of all, I was reacquainted with Caesars again. It really is Canada's drink. And I was feeling
it's
physically...
not shaded, Jamie. It's a Caesar.
It's just, no, it's so good. It was a delicious, delicious Caesar. I loved it was that moment kind of mid-ninth when the rally was happening, and we had a row of Baltimore Oriole friends in front of us, and they were being kind of smug, and we, like children, leapt up from our seats multiple times and did this awkward high five, fist pump, like weird dance thing, like everything my body shouldn't do. It was done. It was good.
It was great. It was awesome. Jamie, 30 seconds. Favorite takeaway from baseball day?
My favorite takeaway from baseball day was learning that Shane Hewitt is a planner and wants details locked down in advance with the detailed instructions. For anyone who's tried to get Jays tickets lately, you'll know they're in high demand, and so we had to place some roulette on resale.
And we did, and we got it. Hey, I'm busy, eh? I got lots going on. I just want to make a plan.
Busy man.
That's not. I'll tell you what my favorite thing from the day was, too, coming up in just 1 second. Plus, we're going to use success as our threshold to talk about some of the stories of the week. Smart Speakers will continue. Shane Hewitt and the Night Shift.